Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid. So I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Just take the parts that resonate for you. Leave everything else behind. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. All right, y'all. Welcome back. I hope everybody is doing good and feeling good. I got two sick kids. I'm like, I got two sick kids. My son caught it. Hopefully it's something mild because kids, I actually haven't seen, I don't feel like I haven't seen my son since school let out on Thursday because he's been locked up in his room dealing with his cooties, and now my daughter is sick. So, and then of course, because I'm the doting mother, I'm really trying hard not to get whatever it is that they have. I ain't got time to be sick. Oh shit, wait, hold on. I'm like shuffling cards and I'm putting them aside. Okay, we're gonna start off with the triple deck today. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I don't want to mix them up. Alright, hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I decided to straighten my hair last night because it's been 6 months and it's grown about maybe 2.5, almost 3 inches since I haven't put any heat on it. I've been wearing protective styles all summer. I just kind of wanted to do a length check and see what we're working with. Hair is looking good. Hair is looking good. All right, let's get back into it. I think more than anything, I just hate combing my hair. I think I've just gotten to the point where I ain't got time for that. That's why I like wearing my hair in braids, because I could sleep in a little bit longer. I don't have to wake up and like comb hair and all that stuff. But even with my hair like this, I don't have to. It's the initial, like the straightening part and the curling part. Once I got that out the way, that's the reason why for like the first part of the year, y'all saw my hair was always down, wearing my signature hats. And mostly is because this is probably the most, just having my hair straightened and having my hair in braids are probably the easiest styles for me to maintain like on a daily basis. It's that curly stuff I can't work with. And my daughter is like the curly queen. I don't have the patience. I just don't. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Let's get into it. See what Spirit wants to talk about today. I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love this energy. Collective. Hey. It's kind of like you've been working hard. You haven't let things distract you. You're very clear about your purpose and your intentions, how you feel about certain things, especially when it comes to your stability and the life that you're like trying to create for yourself. I love the perseverance and the clarity. Yes. Now, I do want to point out, it's kind of funny because this feels kind of like, despite any kind of energetic pushback, I mean, I just know as a collective what we've been dealing with and experiencing, but this feels, I like this energy because it feels not just because you're so perseverant and you're determined and dedicated to your cause. Because what I'm seeing, it's kind of like you have a very clear path. It's like you have a clear path and you're not allowing things to distract you or take you off course. Like, I just heard no new friends. So I don't know what that means to you, but it's definitely feeling like there's nothing that can take you, like the lane that you're in right now, the determination, the focus, like nothing is going to take you off path or distract you or anything like that. You're very, very clear. I love this. Very, very clear. Now you do have you have a new opportunity. Hey, I got chills. I'm like, I have chills. I love this. I'm like, I was gonna say it and the cards hadn't actually come out to support it, but I can kind of see where we're going here. Oh, I just want to give everybody a big ass hug, baby. Oh, when I say clear about your purpose, you're clear about your purpose. I mean, this is December. You know, we're wrapping up this 9 year. We're wrapping it up, okay? Not only are you, because I feel like you do have something coming towards you. And these are blessings, gifts from the universe. Aces are gifts from the universe. You got gifts coming in, baby. You got gifts coming in. And the reason why they're coming to you is because you've worked hard to get where you are. And I feel like you kind of know, like this energy now feels very much like you're not being distracted. You're not allowing people, specifically, you're not allowing people to distract you from your purpose. You appear to be very focused. Because I do kind of feel like there's an energy. It's kind of like there's energy approaching you. I feel the momentum of this energy. And I think it has something to do with these aces here. It feels like, I got chills. It feels like the momentum. I think you're positioned very well. You're in a space where this feels very much like I've been working hard. So I know because I've been working hard and not losing focus and staying very, dedicated and determined and focused, I know that because of what I've been doing, there are returns that, will be gained, right? Yeah, you're leaving anything behind that doesn't actually support the vision. Whatever that is, whether it's people, whether it's, because I just kind of get this energy of like, I'm not spending any time focusing on things that don't support the vision. Like whatever that vision is for you, you're not paying any attention to anything that takes you away from the vision. But what you are doing is you are walking away from any situation or person that causes you to doubt. Okay? You're not letting people come into your space with their pity party shit to kind of rain on your parade. You're not allowing that. You're not allowing people that kind of access to you. You're not allowing people that kind of access to you. You're not allowing, and for those of you who have been, for those of you who have kind of been on the fence about, where you stand in a certain situation where there had once been some rumination, especially if it comes to like work stuff. Like if it's a job, we'll say if it's a job, people will be making decisions based on not just intuitive hits, but it's kind of like, what's your driving force? What's the thing that's motivating you? Because I do feel like there's somebody here that's, and it could go either way, because I have, positive masculine and feminine energies that are present here, and all of them are successful in their own right. If these are, separate individuals, I'm kind of looking at it as like just one energy. I also see somebody here who may have some, like, you might be working on something, or you have been working on something. Maybe you haven't executed it yet. Okay. I love the perseverance, though. I see you working towards stability. Very, very. I like just the clear intentions. That's really standing out to me. Now, I think for the blessings to come in, this kind of feels like surrender. I mean, that's not really what the card means, but like the energy that kind of carries with the rest of the cards. Because this kind of surrender allows these blessings to come in. Like, if at one point you were really worried about, like, how is all this going to play out? How is, you know what I mean? Like, if you were in a space, because I think that also caused, it may have caused a little bit of stagnation energy in terms of you receiving the blessings, because you have been, at one time, you may have been very heavily focused on the execution. How's it going to be? Like, the little details. I'm just getting a lot of little details. So it feels very much like once you got really clear about the purpose, you're maybe letting things kind of fall into place the way that they naturally need to. But this also feels very much like walking away from that mental state where you're more focused on the how and the whys and the when, and when you're thinking about all that, you're no longer in the state of flow. But when you kind of release the concern, because it's very mental, once you leave that space, that mental space, because that being in that mental space, it does not actually serve you at all. But once you depart from the mental space, get out of your head, it puts you, yes, it actually aligns you. I just got chills again. Once you get out of your head, it actually puts you more in alignment with the blessings that are coming to you, because now you're not focused on an outcome. You're not focused on, the execution. You have the focus. You know exactly the direction you're going in. You are very clear about the purpose. You're clear about how you feel about it, right? But you needed to, I mean, I don't know where you are on this, but this requires the release of that mind lock, right? Trying to figure out all the details, because when you're doing that, you're not allowing God to show you just how big this is going to be. Holds a lot of promise here. I actually like these cards. This looks really good. All right. I like it. Good energy. Good energy. Good energy. All right. Look. Yeah. You are really impatient. Yes. You have been you've been impatient. And I think part of the impatience has a lot to do with, like, it's funny because I actually tell this story, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it on collective videos, but when I was pulling cards on myself, and I don't do that anymore, but at one point, it takes a really long time for the Knight of Pentacles to finally turn into the King. It has taken a very long time. And this one whole section right here tells me it's your pure dedication and resilience that has gotten you to this point. Especially if at one point, oh wow, hold on, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, okay, okay. I'm like, okay. Because now I have, this bottom row is kind of loaded, and I'm like, it kind of shifts. I'm seeing other layers to your story here. Okay, so on this side, I can definitely see the time that it's taken, a lot of time. It's taken you a long time to get to this space where you finally found, you know, a sense of purpose and being like very stable. I love this. But it took some time. There had been some impatience um along the way, but you stayed the course regardless of how, you may have had to manage a lot, you may have had lots of irons in the fire, but really all of this was a test of your resilience. You chose not to live in a space of disappointment and sadness, and especially if we're talking about like elements from your past. Like you didn't, I think some of y'all used that energy, the disappointment. It feels a little bit like transmutation. Like you turn that pain and sadness and disappointment into power. You use that to fuel the drive. Yeah. And in order to do that, you had to remove yourself from situations and people that made you feel like you were the burden. You removed yourself, especially if, and even if they didn't make you feel like the burden, you may not have felt any kind, you probably didn't get the kind of support that you needed in a particular environment. Like you didn't get the kind of support you needed in order to thrive. Like you had to be self-sufficient. You had to kind of give yourself that support. Now, in terms of whatever this is that you're doing or whatever you got on your plate, I will say this: whatever you do, I have two things. I'm like, I heard there's a breath of fresh air. So maybe how you do whatever you do is something kind of like there's a tried and true way to do something, but the way that you do it brings a breath of fresh air. And I do see where, because like here, like you may have been, like I said, you were very impatient. You've been waiting for your time to shine, right? And then down here, this energy feels like there were two things. There is something that you've had to walk away from that maybe that was no longer fulfilling, or that didn't actually support. Like it could be people. I'm looking at it like people or things, situation, could be a job, could be anything. Could be anything. I'm just seeing a lot of clear purpose. And I think at one point, while you were getting clear on what needed to go, what you needed to remove from your life, you had to really weigh some options. Now, the other thing I'm seeing too is there may have been, like, if there's, like, so you have a lot of responsibilities, you got a lot of irons in the fire. There may be some things like, that 60-40 rule, what I always talk about when I see the 10 of wands, or 10 wands. There's the 60-40. 40% of that probably isn't yours. And hell, sometimes in some cases, hell, 60% might not even be yours. You know what I'm saying? So there's this energy where I'm feeling like you're kind of, you're looking at what you have in front of you and you're weighing like, okay, what can go? What can I remove from my plate in order to take on new things? Because I can kind of see like you're not in a space right now where you're not wanting to take on anything new per se, because you're already, I could be talking to somebody because I'm like, I see a bunch of different things out here. There is an element out here of like, if you got a lot on your plate, you can't really take on anything new because you got too much on your plate. So you got to figure out what needs to go. Especially if there's something, I can see just this whole row right here. Especially if there's something here that just doesn't support the dream or the goal, whatever the overall goal is. Because there's something, whatever you're walking away from, you ain't very committed to it anyway. Just, you know. And I kind of feel like they're all connected. By the time you decide, and I feel like this is that, like, whenever you hear me talk about like the Two of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, like when you make the decision and the wheel turns. I don't have either one of those cards out here, but I can kind of see, just based on the way they're all connected, as soon as you free this thing from your mind or stop ruminating over what you need to walk away from and just, say, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore. Because I think the thing that you're walking away from, like I said, it doesn't stoke the fires within anymore. Okay. And as soon as you remove that and you're no longer stressing about it, you're no longer thinking about it, you return back to the flow state, and that's when these opportunities come in. You worked hard for them, so you absolutely deserve them. Just don't allow the amount of time that passes to deter you from pursuing the goal. Greater later. Greater later. Because I got two very different energies on this board on the bottom. I have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright on one side and the Knight of Wands in the reverse on the opposite side. And really, like, if you're, with what you've accomplished, you've accomplished it simply from being very perseverant, dedicated. And you don't look like what you've been through. Like, on top of all that, you don't look like what you've been through. I would definitely keep your moves quiet. Because I do have energy out there. I do think that you have some people that are kind of, maybe watching from the wings. While they may not be very happy about whatever it is that you're doing, especially if you're not entertaining them, I also kind of get the impression that these folks are also waiting to see what's next for the collective. And not happy about it. Because they know that something's coming for you as well. Child, if these people could just spend more time focusing on their own shit, everybody would be so much better off. Focus on your own paper. Literally, focus on your own paper. Okay. Yeah, and you have been very quiet about. That's interesting. You have been very quiet about whatever it is that you're pursuing. Yes, yes, yes. Whatever you've been spending your time on, you have been very diligent. Very diligent. That's interesting. Oh, that's this. That's this row. And then it goes this way. Yeah, you got some interesting energy out here. Okay, remember when I said like you got some things going on, and there are people in your energy who are interested in what you got going on as well. And they're not happy because evidently you're spending more of your energy and effort. You're spending more time. You know what? I got energy. Okay, I have energy out here of somebody who is, and this could be like 3 people. This could be like 3 different people. 3 or 4 people. Now that I'm like really looking at how all the cards are connecting. Okay. Okay. So you don't talk about what you do, how you do it. Okay? People can see, and I feel like they think that you're kind of like there's an air of mystery. Remember when I said like you don't look like what you've been through? But because you don't look like what you've been through, people are very curious about your method. Like, how do you do it? How did you overcome like all the things that we threw at you? We, these people. How did you overcome all of like the riff-raff shit that was going on in the background? How do you maintain this demeanor, right? Very powerful, confident energy. None of it has shaken your confidence. These people are very curious about what you're doing and how you do it because they're trying to figure out a way to like undermine you. How do we stop the collective? We're all waiting because we know the collective has been doing, you know, like they don't know what you've been doing, but they know or can see that you've been, you know, working hard or whatever. But because there's an anticipation energy around you, directly connected to you, there's an anticipation energy. Okay? Okay. Very unhappy because it's taking, like whatever this thing is, it's taking you places. And these people, I'm telling you, there's a few people, they're not happy about it and they're trying to figure out a way to undermine it. How do we control the narrative so that the collective cannot move forward? How do we decrease or diminish the options that are available to the collective? I also have the energy of people here who are not happy because you may be spending more time focusing, like you're not, that's what it is, because you're not as, oh, there was a cut on my finger. I couldn't actually see it. If I felt it, but I couldn't see it. Now I can see it. It's like you're not as generous with your time and energy since you've become motivated to pursue whatever the goal is, whatever the overall goal and dream is. They're upset that you are no longer focused on them or their needs, what they want. You're not focused on none of that shit. You're focused. You got your eye on the prize. You got your eye on the prize. And you got people that are trying to figure out ways to undermine your efforts, basically. Yeah. The crazy part is, I mean, I don't have it out here, but it almost feels very much like whatever you got, because I'm telling you, you've been working your ass off for this over here. So whatever you've been working hard towards, whoever this is down here, they the energy that the way that it looks like they feel entitled to whatever your blessings are. Imagine that. The entitlement. They feel entitled to the blessings that you and you alone have been working towards. The fuck? I'm sorry, what? No ma'am, no sir. Okay. Now I also have energy here too. I'm just seeing this like the same thing. I'm like, now that I'm looking at the way they're all connected, it's the same thing. Somebody has been trying to undermine your efforts. And people are not, especially, I don't know how they can see because I don't necessarily have cards of like public, people can see you, but you're over here happy and you got people who are not happy with you. I also have the energy out here. Oh, God. Now, this could have something to do with your family. I wasn't trying to go down that road, but this could have something to do with your family or family experience. And whatever the dynamic was in that family, oh, crazy. Okay. Okay. Whatever the experience was in the family, you might have been very, you could have been the unconditionally loving one, show up when you need to show up and you're supportive and all that, right? Hold on. What's crazy is okay. I'm like, what's crazy is you have an energy out here. You got an energy, I'm like, just right here. You have an energy out here that is, I feel like they're spreading lies or telling lies about either what you do for work, and if you've walked away from, like a family dynamic, I feel like not only are they telling lies about you and the reason, like if they tried to justify why you walked away or whatever, however that worked out, it's like they're telling lies about how you make your money. The level out here of like greed and selfishness, because this kind of feels like lies centered, like a lot of confusion, but lies centered around like why you left. But then I will say this, whoever there, you got some people, like if they've been trying to, because down here it looks like a smear campaign. If you have people that have been trying to like smear and slander your name because you decided to dip out, they're not successful. They're not going to be successful. And because I think that's the other thing too. So this person, somebody, there's a few people out here, so just take it how it resonates. There's people out here that are spreading lies and rumors about you, because they're all even still connected to these opportunities over here. So one, they're like lies about why you left, confusion about who you are. Okay, that's the thing. There's confusion, or there have been lies told about who you are. But then down here, it feels very much like, because it's all connected to these blessings up here that you work for, there's also been this, I do believe that the smear campaign has largely been in order to keep you small so that you don't actually succeed. Right? Because I don't know, I'm getting a weird energy over here, like they feel like they, I don't know if they feel like they need to be a part of whatever you're doing in order for it to be successful. It's like not wanting to give you your just dues. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even want to acknowledge that, you know, you're great without them. Like you do damn good by yourself. But everything, it kind of looks like whatever they've been doing in the background is unsuccessful anyway. It doesn't matter what they do because these blessings are still coming to you anyway. They may have even... Oh, hello. Okay, I wasn't going to mention this either. I'm like, I just saw it now. I'm like, now that I'm looking at the way they're connecting, I just saw it. Somebody here, and this ain't for everybody, so take it if it's yours. Somebody here may have also bribed, paid, somebody, masculine energy. I want to say your ex. It does kind of look like an ex. This feels like, looks like a poor investment. I'm like, it looks like a poor investment. It looks very much like somebody here who may have paid your ex. Somebody who you may have thought was your, you know, wish fulfillment at one point. Whoever this person is, your ex, like take it how it resonates. If this is your ex, this feels very much like this is somebody who you may have had, like you thought this person was your person, right? But this person didn't actually, I feel like they didn't, even though you put a lot of effort and energy into the relationship dynamic, I don't feel like your person put in as much effort. Okay, I heard it always left you wanting more. But more because I don't think you were getting a lot out of them. So like when they did give you a little, it was just a little. I think somebody paid this ex to come towards you. And now here's the thing. Because I do believe that there is some, there is attraction. You and this person had, I think you might have had a decent, relationship. There's no end of supply in the passion area, because I can see that out here. However, this person, this ex, very player-like, very in and out, definitely not somebody, and I want to say, I didn't get that. Could you try again? Child, nobody's talking to you. I'm not sure I understand. Shut up. This person, if they paid somebody to come in and disrupt your life, it kind of feels like they wanted this person to come in and, I heard glamour you. I feel like they were paid. I feel like there was compensation here. They were paid to come in and kind of gas you up with their charm and all that. And what they were supposed to do, they were supposed to get you caught up. Yeah. Yes. They were supposed to get you caught up. They were supposed to make you think that they were, we're going to start over. We're going to start fresh. We're going to get back together, and I'm going to make this work and whatever, right? This person was supposed to come in, get you caught up, and then break your heart and dip and leave you in shambles. This person was supposed to leave you in shambles. And I don't know. I'm just based on the cards that I have out here that are in the upright, I don't know if it was your intuition that sounded the alarm. But there was something in that interaction. I mean, again, I don't know. I'm speaking like it already happened, but this shit could be happening right now. I'm like, I just realized as I'm telling the story, I'm like, I realize this could be happening right now. This feels very much like your intuition. Ding, ding, ding. Something. There was something there. There was something there. And because your intuition picked up on it, you may have elected to walk away before anything could actually get started. That's why there's a lack of success here. You walked away before any of this shit could actually pop off. That's not how this was supposed to work. That's not how any of this was supposed to work. This person was meant to come in, play mind games with you, create a bunch of fucking confusion, and breadcrumb you. He was supposed to come in, play on your heart and your sympathies and the love that you have for them, and they were supposed to break your heart. I'm telling you, something about, look at God, something about your intuition. I don't know. I feel like it was intuitive, or it will be if it hasn't happened yet. I kind of feel like your intuition is going to be like, bing, 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 bing. But no. And you're going to actually see, you're going to see very clearly that whatever this person is offering, however they're coming to you, it's going to cause you to pause and be like, what? Because you dip before anything could actually, like, I feel like up here, you actually walk away from this situation before any of their plan could actually be played out the way that they thought it was going to be played out. Whoever this person is, I kind of get the impression, yeah, whoever this person is, they came in hot and heavy with lies. Or they're coming in hot and heavy with lies. Playing on those emotions of unconditional love. Well, I say lies. And you know the truth. I love this. You know the truth. 7 of Swords in the upright with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Like they're trying, and the 2 of Swords. All of this right here is somebody coming back into your life under false pretenses. I don't like none of it. And whoever this person is, somebody you've known for a very long time. I'm telling you, whoever this person is, it might have been somebody who you had perceived at one point to be your 10 of Cups. You put a lot of effort and energy into the relationship. Or so you thought. Yup, no new cycle. Look at that missed opportunity. They're a little stumped because they don't know how. How did you know? You know what this looks like, honestly? Because I feel like this person had always been hiding from you. Oh, yes. This person has been a player. Whoever this person is to you, they've always been a player, and you may not have been able to. I think it was the love. It was the love in your heart. The love in your heart actually prevented you from seeing this person for who they really were. And I think your intuition is what is actually saving you in this situation. You may have had to make some really tough decisions without, and you know what's even interesting here too? It kind of looks like down here, you may have had to make some difficult decisions without having, because this feels like your intuition, but not having actual proof of what you felt, but you still acted in a way that was like, you may have just trusted your, I don't know. I'm like, it feels very much like you trusted your intuition. Something in your spirit said, nah, this ain't it. Ugh. And what I don't like is, I kind of think that this person, here's the thing. It's not that this person doesn't actually have feelings for you. Okay? Because I do think that there are feelings here, right? I think this person was bribed. Like and which is shitty, because this tells me this is a man. This is a masculine energy. This is a man of weak character. This is a man of weak character. This is a bitch. Men can be bitches too. This is a man of weak character. If you allow somebody to come in and bribe you with a little bit of coins, to come in and fuck with the collective, to break their heart, because I think the goal was to break you heart and leave you in shambles. But like I said, the plan didn't go quite the way that they thought it would, because you walked away before it could even, get fully underway. Good call. Good call. Okay. I'm like, your intuition, baby. Your intuition. Even with them they've been, listen. Your intuition, I feel like it absolutely saved you. I'm calling it intuition because I feel like that's what this is. And if it wasn't, it was God just saying, nah, don't do this. Don't do this. Keep working on whatever it is that you're working. This person is a distraction. And I think, remember when I said earlier, like, whatever you've been working on, like, maybe, there might have been some times where you felt a little, not defeated, but like, when it was taking a little bit longer than what you had, like, it was an act of patience. It was an act of patience. I truly believe, and I know, like, I kind of feel like you were supposed to just continue on the path that you were on. Even when you couldn't actually see the final destination, it was like, I heard re-examining your faith. So maybe that's what it was. Because I get this like weird energy up here. It's kind of like, what if I'm doing all this for nothing? You know what I mean? Like, what if I'm doing all, and you start freaking out. Like, I'm waiting and I'm just not happy because the wait is, I feel like I've just been waiting. I've been waiting for my turn. When is my turn? Right? But you're crushing it out here like a boss. And remember, delay, not deny. Yes, it takes time. But with that time, when I think about time is an illusion. When I think about time, when we talk about like how long it takes to develop a skill and execute and all these other things and hurdles that we got to go through in order to get to this point, I think part of it was, I feel like it was meant to push you so that you're not necessarily looking at the situation or whatever you're doing. Because I'm thinking, for me, even with my paint business and with tarot, I feel like even though I mean, I don't even think I'm not looking for any kind of fame or anything from doing this. I'm doing this as this is part of the calling. I'm here to be a guide. So I get that. I'm not looking for, rah rah whatever here. Um but this definitely gives me the sense of, it's kind of like God was trying to show you what you were made of. I like it. You were meant to shine. And I do have energy out here of somebody that was trying to prevent it. They don't like your, and whatever it is that you do, baby, you good at it. You good at it. People view you as a leader. You have very grounding energy. People are excited to be around you. They love your energy. And you have somebody here who has actually worked against you to try to dim your shine, hide the light. You may have even, it's funny, I don't have the Hermit card out here, but the way that I'm looking at these cards, I even feel like there's some times where you may have even shrunken yourself so not to like overshadow other people. Because I don't feel like that's what I don't get that's not who you are. You're just wanting to do your work and focus on that and just, do your thing and, mind your business, keep your head down and keep pushing. So a lot of what you do may be behind closed doors. Like people don't actually see your process, but you're very driven. Very, very driven. Look at that. Look at that. People are they don't know how you do what you do or how you've been doing it. Baby, they do not know. Oh, yes. Okay. I got a lot of people out here. I'm like, just follow me. I got a lot of people. So, you're a master manifester. You're a master manifester. People are trying to figure out how you do what you do. It's the moon. That's the moon. Because they don't know how you do it. Baby, I don't know what you're doing or how. I don't know what you're doing. But I do have energy out here of, now this right here looks like somebody could, remember I said down here it was like somebody paid, like this could be your ex, paid somebody to come in and kind of, gas you up a little bit, discombobulate you and throw you in the trash. Now I have the energy up here of somebody, this is like discovery. This is somebody hiding it, but this is oh, well, no, this is in the reverse, so this is still hiding too. Somebody here may have tried their hand at unaliving you. Okay, that ain't for everybody. But I do absolutely have the energy out here of somebody they want people, I don't know, it's like they don't want people to see you in the light that you're in. They want people to see you in the light that they cast you in with their lies. I said down here that it's not working. Like down here, it's not working. It's not successful. Yeah, I definitely have, whatever it is that you do, whatever your progress, I have people out here trying to figure out how you do what you do, but I also have, and here's the thing, it's like if they can figure out how you do what you do, then they could better come up with a way to stop you from doing it. I also see that too, and I see it in two places. I have energy out here of people trying to prevent you from being able to produce whatever it is that you do. And if somebody here has been coming up against you, I'm getting a whole bunch of energy out of this. You know what? People are afraid of your power. Yes. Okay. So there is somebody here who has the ability to see the fact that the person, your ops, whoever this person is, you have somebody out. You definitely got ops out here. But what people are seeing, again, you could be masculine or feminine because I got the Empress and the Emperor both out here in the upright. So you could already be partnered or whatever. And if you're not partnered, you're definitely standing in your power. You're not, you ain't taking shit from nobody. Okay. But what people can actually, what they can see about you is that you don't embody, like you walk with God. Like you're not toxic. You don't have or carry toxicity within your vessel. You're very balanced. You've changed. You have absolutely evolved, and you're not the same person that you may have been. Hold on. Let me let the dog out. Okay. So you're not the same person that you used to be. And I have somebody out here who's genuinely afraid of your power. Now, uh-oh. Ah. And if you are partnered, yes, there is energy out here of somebody purposely trying to come up against you. So like, say if you're partnered and somebody here bribed or paid an ex to come in and create a little disharmony in your life or whatever, like to disrupt your partnership. I kind of see that being a whole mess. And if somebody out here has been doing some kind of weird juju on you, like death magic or anything like that, this kind of looks like... Okay, I see a couple of different things. I feel like if somebody had been purposely trying to unalive you or do something to where maybe you want to unalive yourself, it almost feels like, yeah, there's... Okay, I think I mentioned this last week. Remember when I said, like, when I talk about, like, if they wanted you, like, I don't know, because a family component is down here. So this does also feel like there's somebody who wanted you, like, maybe you were supposed to choose, they wanted you to choose the family over choosing your partner, but your partner is the most ideal. Like, your partner's, if you're partnered, this person is literally your counterpart. I do have energy of here of somebody wanting to break down the relationship. There, it's something about even the two of you. If like I said, if you're partnered, there's something about the power in the both of you, especially together, like united front, one sound, one band, one sound. Because they know there's something about your partnership or you coming together with another person of equal, being equally yoked. They're afraid of that. So they have been actually doing things to like break down a relationship, unalive one or both of you. Like, it's weird. It's some weird energy. Okay. I saw it before I actually saw it. Okay, you know how I talk about this pendulum swinging both ways. So if they've also done something to try to unalive you, whether it was by juju, whatever. If they tried to do something to unalive you, I see it working out in two different ways. Because they can cast a juju if they want to, but if it doesn't hit you because you're so protected, it's got to go somewhere. So there is also a possibility of them, if they've been casting juju to unalive you, that they may have lost people in their own life. That's one. The other thing is the legal component. Yes, the other thing is a legal component. So there could very well be an investigator, somebody investigating them. They may have done something. I'm trying to figure out like how it all connects, because this for me is like my investigator card. They've done something really crazy that they've been trying to hide. They've been working double time to hide it. They've been working double time to hide it. And something may, remember I said, if they've been casting death spells and death magic on you, baby, that energy got to go somewhere. I'm like, the death card is out here twice. Somebody is afraid because they know, I'm saying they're afraid. Because you're still standing in your power and they cannot bring you down. The devil. He's out here twice. This is, I heard Day of Reckoning. Temperance, justice. The world. Day of Reckoning. Justice again. And if they've done something, I'm like, this justice though, I have the justice card out here twice, right? But both times they're kind of in between the lover, because I have the lover's card out here twice. And justice out here twice. Then I have the devil and the world card right here. This whole section right here feels very much like, it's kind of like, even if they wanted to put an end to like you, I think I've talked about this before. I'm like, they try to put it in, like if you're a partner, they try to put an end to you and your partnership, because I think the goal was for you to fall back into your family or whatever, right? But really what it did was their efforts, it backfired. It ended the relationship with you and them, but it also ended other relationships in this person's life. Whoever I got so many people out here. It's like whoever the ringleader is, whoever the organizer of all this shit is, whoever paid this man to come into your life and, fuck with you or whatever. I just see a lot of intention around breaking down your partnerships. Breaking down your relationships, ruining your contracts with whoever. And now I feel like somebody here is they're completely reevaluating their lives, because I think karma is whooping their ass right now. And they're being exposed. Oh, the sun is out here 3 times. Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Yep. Yeah, see, there was somebody here casting juju over you, doing moon magic, trying to bring endings to your life. But because you walked away from them or whatever the situation is, like you immediately started seeing changes when you made your way away from this. And your intuition, listen, the Tower in the reverse of the High Priestess. I'm telling you, I said it down here. I was like, your intuition definitely got you out of that situation dealing with this person. So if you got, it's funny. I'm telling this story, and this is the reason why, like, I don't mind like when these kind of stories come up, because this story that I was originally telling you, like, I had components, but I didn't have all the details. This shit happened to me like 5 years ago. So for me, this is 5 years ago. with some added components down here of the exposure. Like, maybe this is the proof. Like, and I'm okay with not knowing all the details. I don't really want to know because I don't give a shit. Like, but whatever, you know, whatever happens in the dark always comes to light. It always comes to light. Always comes to light. They thought that you would just be so ready to jump back into the fold with this person. But I feel like your attention was called to the fact that you and this person were not in alignment. Not in alignment. I think the bigger thing is... Oh, I love it. Yep. So if this person, okay, so if this ex or whoever was paid to come back into your life, they thought, and here's the thing, is this person wasn't loyal to you. There was no loyalties to you. They thought you'd be ready to jump back into the fold. They thought you would jump back into the fold. But the thing is, it's interesting because like I said, I think your intuition, I think you were led away from this situation. Not taking action, not thinking about carrying this into the future because you're trying to maintain your peace. The situation came to you. You didn't go to it. It was not a dynamic. This person, whoever this person is, not a reflection of who you are, and the dynamic of your relationship was not reflective of who you are, and you didn't create the conditions. Like, this person didn't come back on their own, honestly. You weren't supposed to know that. Oh, it's kind of like this person was supposed to come back and it was because you walked away from your family, child. Or they just expected you to just fall back into the fold and like, yeah, you were supposed to just fall back into it. But you chose something else. You chose to maintain your peace. Yep, whatever this situation is from your past, they wanted you to take action towards it, not realizing that if you would have actually gone through with it, you would have been miserable. You'd have been miserable. And while you never actually considered or thought that you would have to like walk away from a family dynamic or whatever due to injustices and misalignment, these people feel like, I kind of feel like they, yeah, see, for them, it would have been ideal for you to get lost in that relationship, for you to spin all your wheels focusing on this person so that they can make your life a living fucking hell. And right here, this one line, don't go into this because it's not in alignment. There is no room for reconciliation. There is no second chance. And if you would initiate it, it would have required a whole lot more. Yeah, see, I don't like this. Blessed in the reverse, new life in the upright with milk and honey in the reverse. Child, you'd have been working your ass off to be connected to somebody who was not putting in. Because this person, this is not no man. This ain't no man. He's a coward and a little bitch. So, there. So, there. Okay. Alright. I gotta take my son to school, so I'm gonna do these dice. I'm not gonna do the index cards or anything. Alright, we have the sun, the moon, and Venus. I have Pisces, Leo, and Virgo. I have the 9th house out here twice. So 9th house is higher education, the law, publishing, literature, distance travel. And the 3rd house, communication, intellect, communication style, your tech skills, siblings, neighbors, and I believe it's short travel, short distance travel. Local travel, I usually call it. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, guys. If any parts of this reading resonate for you, gave you clarity or confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. Hype your girl up. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified of all the new videos that I put up when they go up or when I go live. Again, I'm going to remind you, if you want to work with me before the end of the year, get in where you fit in. The spaces are limited because December is booking up fast. So, yeah, do that, okay? Because the holidays are approaching us. Schedule's starting to get crazy. I'm trying to get to everybody, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I love you, and I will see you in the next video.